Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard. I have a cool little project, and I've done these before, and I may even have shown how I do them on this channel before, but I don't really recall. So, I like to make little pouches and bags, and what I did last night was cut out a circle on a piece of suede leather that I have. Then I used my leather punch and I poked holes all the way around the edge, and then I took a piece of leather thong and just wove it in and out of there, and it creates a really cool bowl which you can store stuff in, but also when you tighten it up it creates a little bag, a little tight bag. So what I'm going to do today is show you how I made this and actually make another one that's a little bit bigger. Now these little pucker bowl bags are really awesome. This right here just holds some dice for my son and I to goof off with, and I'll show you a picture of that real quick, and then I'll show you how I made the actual bag and everything. It's pretty simple. I just described exactly how to do it, and that's it. So here are a bunch of dice that we're using to play our game with, and you can just take a handful of them, and I can use this nice piece of leather to actually use to roll my dice, especially if you're going to be on a table or whatever. But also you can store the dice in there, and it makes a nice little plate, and when you tighten it up, it's a nice little pouch that holds them. But I need something that's a little bit larger than this, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to demonstrate how to make one of these little pouches. So let's get going. So here we have just a plate that I'm going to use to draw my circle. Pair of scissors to cut the leather, and here is the piece of leather that I'm going to use. I've got a small little cut here, so I'm going to avoid that. There we go. So all I'm going to do is trace a circle on the leather, just like so, and then we're going to cut it out, and you get this nice little circle right here. Now all I'm going to do is on the edge, just a short distance in, I'm just going to cut holes all the way around it. It's very, very simple, very easy. Don't need to sit here and watch me do 20 or 30 of these holes, but just set it in there. Now I don't measure. If you want, you can measure it.
Get an eyeball in though. I'm looking at your first one, and your spacing is like pretty
spacing it. Yeah, well, it's years and years of doing it.
I know.
Anyway, just gonna make a hole.
I would have to measure it, and even then they wouldn't turn out even.
And you get a little hole just like this, and I'm just gonna randomly put holes all the way around it and try to make them a little bit even, but I don't really care. They're going to work the way they work, and I'll get right back with you. You can see it's not too bad. That's just by eye too, as you can tell. There's
by eye.
Nothing there. That's pretty good spacing, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just if you do this stuff a lot, and when people actually really do these projects for real, you don't need to do all sorts of measuring and everything.
Well, it's just like those videos where you watch the people making the stoves and stuff out of clay and mud.
Oh yeah,
Do you ever see them measure any of it?
They don't need to measure it.
No.
You don't need to measure it. Yeah. You kind of get an eye. for how things are supposed to look. They just, I mean, I'm sure if you measured that, it's not.
Well, if you
gonna
took
come
it down
out.
to the millimeter, but
But again, this sort of stuff, this practical, everyday use, real life, practical, everyday use items, don't have to be measured perfectly to work. They just have to work, and that's all that matters.
nothing else.
And then the holes are this all the way around it. There we go. Now, all we're going to do is take our leather lacing, and we're just going to start at a particular spot. Doesn't really matter. And we're just going to go weave it in and out of these holes. So we go in, and then we go up through the next one, and then we go down, and then we go up, and we just repetition, that's all it is, repetition. And we're going to do that until we get back over here, and I'll get right back with you. And then we have it set up. Now you can even it out, because those aren't right now, they're not very even. There we go. Even that out, and then we can just pull this and stretch it. There we go. Just like that. Now, it makes a nice little bowl that you can hold stuff in there.
I'm doing a video in here that pull out
Dump my dice in there.
strawberry one.
Much better. So the dice sit in there nicely,
I did wash my hands.
and there's enough of space.
But I did just wash them.
And then all I got to do is just pull it tight. And now they're secure in there, and it's this nice little pucker bag. And again, this is actually practical and useful for outdoor survival and adventure as well. You can put anything in this. It's a container. Containers are the greatest things on the planet, and as a matter of fact, containers are what makes human beings human beings. Without containers, we would have not survived the beginnings of our living
Add it to my list.
out in the wilderness. So anyway, there we go. There's a nice little pucker drawstring bag that can be used to hold anything you want. Herbs, fire kit, food, anything you want. And you can make these bags as large or as small as you want. Again, this one here is the size of that plate that I showed you. And that makes a nice little bag. And then this one here is much smaller. And it pulls down into a much smaller bag. But they both do the exact same thing, and they look fantastic. Just imagine having 3 or 4 of these on a belt loop. You know, you can hold coins. You can hold a fire kit. Yeah, that's what I said. Fire kit would be really nice to have. Or if you're roaming around the woods and you happen across some tree sap for making glue or helping with fire, you know, you can just toss the tree sap in there. Or if you find a really cool rock or gemstone or whatever you want, you can toss that in there. Quartz. In our area, you're not really going to find quartz laying around, but I did in Colorado. Or herbs, spices, whatever. If you're out in the woods looking for herbs, spices, mushrooms, anything you want, toss those in there. Get a few, just tighten it up. There you go. Tighten it to your belt, and off you go. So, fantastic little, easy, simple container. And I suggest everybody that goes out in the woods has a few of these on their belt loops. So thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's your own backyard.